My name is Ken Hooper. I live in the Riverseed Plantation just off of 211 in Bolivia. My wife, Pam, and I, we relocated here from Seattle, Washington. We relocated here after I retired out of the Navy and the Seattle Police Department, and she retired as a teacher. Pam and I, we own a 1964 Buick Skylark, white in color, convertible with black interior. I bought the Buick in 2009. I restored about 90% of it there in Washington State and finished it off here. The restoration was a point to where I went from the radiator to the gas tank, either replaced or refurbished the item. In fact, this whole restoration was done on frame so that I could keep the integrity of the car.
How long did that take?
Almost 7 years. Considering I bought it in 2009, it pretty much sat for the first 2 years. I'm going to get to this.
Right.
And it didn't.
Right. So that's a good thing for people who still maybe have a vehicle sitting in somewhere.
Oh, yes.
They keep looking at.
Oh,
it can be done.
It can be done. I'm going to get to it. I replaced the 300 V8 2-barrel engine with a Buick V8 4-barrel, which is a considerably bigger engine than the standard 300. The transmission was also replaced with a 350 turbo 3-speed. The entire interior of the car was replaced. In fact, the 2 front seats came out of an 02 Tahoe. The Tahoe seats, which is high back, was chopped down and headrests put on to keep as a retro look. This was done because my wife insisted on having lap belts and shoulder harness belts. Well, this way I was able to keep her happy and get what I want. A lot of people were surprised what I did with the seats. They look at those seats and go, "Oh, those are pretty nice seats." You know, they look bigger than the Sting. Well, they are. They're out of the Tahoe. So I get a lot of oohs on that one. The main reason I took the Buick wasn't so much the Buick, but it was a convertible. I've always wanted a convertible. I've always wanted a classic convertible. When I ran into this car, I found it. The body was in good shape. It had potential. I could see an end product, and that's basically why I bought it. Not realizing the work I was going to be putting into this. Talked to the guy on the phone, and basically the car was sold in my mind the week before I even got there. I mean, I no doubt I was buying this car, and I got there, and I should have used a little more common sense and bartered a little bit more, because I mean, even though doing the quote test drive, it kept stalling. I can fix it. Well, that motor was no good. The picture sold me before. In fact, it didn't even have a roof when I got there, and there was no roof. There was just a frame. It was just all tucked down inside the car. It was a great car for a photo. As soon as you got there, ooh. But yes.
But you had a vision.
Oh, as soon as I saw that car, I saw it was a solid body. The frame was solid. It was a quote barn find. Mechanically, and the interior was an absolute disaster. But there was enough solid frame, good body. All in all, I'm glad I did it. After I came to the first car show here in Southport, I realized there was a club and you can join it, and I did. And having been a part of the club, going to the cruise-ins, going to the car shows, talking to people who has a personal relationship with a Buick Skylark, especially a convertible, hearing their stories, it's kind of fun. They tell me about all the things they did to their cars and how they run them and do this and do that.
Now, how often do you guys normally have cruise-ins with the club?
Well, of course, this year's been a disaster. During the regular year, we have a once-a-month meeting. You can bring your car, and you don't have to bring your car. We have 2 steady shows, hour shows, that we put on this spring and the fall. Then, of course, we go to many other shows around the given area. Tri-Beach, Cruisers. We do a lot of things with them. We do the big toy run. We do the parades. The cruise-ins, they come out on a weekly basis, and it's up to your choice whether you want to go. I try to stay low, even though the car's in very good shape, even though the engine's all rebuilt. It's a 64. It's fun to hear what I've done compared with things that they've done. Having said that, I've never seen a Buick Skylark convertible in any show yet. I've only saw one Skylark convertible in Washington State. So the only Skylark that I've even seen back here was a 65 Special. Otherwise, no, my car is kind of an unusual car in a car show.
I'm sure you turn some heads when you drive in.
Well, oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Your car is definitely a rock star.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.